Hey Leo, we're here for your weekly tarot love reading November 17th through to November 23rd. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and of course for any of you lovely cross watchers dealing with a Leo romantically. Now I do like to remind you, Leo, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate, and that's totally okay. You are more than welcome here on my channel to take what works and leave the rest. So we're jumping right into it today, my lovely lions, and we're gonna see what could be coming toward Leo in love for this week. First message coming out for Leo says, I am becoming a better person. Very interesting. It kind of looks like somebody is working on themselves. Maybe somebody's trying to become better for you. Maybe you've had some issues with somebody and they're trying to work on the issues. Let's see where it goes. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Leo. I know that I crossed the line with you. Okay, so maybe this is what they're working on. So here's the thing, Leo. It looks like you're dealing with somebody who crossed the line, whatever that looks like within the connection between the two of you. Now, the thing that I'm going to say is that I do feel that this person realizes that that was not okay. And I do think that they're actively working to become a better person. So what could be going on here, Leo, is that your person messed up, but they are trying to work on it this week. They are trying to become better. They are trying to no longer do things that jeopardize the connection. But it's also tough as well, because obviously when our partner crosses the line, it's challenging to deal with, and we have to figure out, like, how do we move forward? Let's see what else could be coming toward Leo this week, please. I'm afraid to contact you. Okay, interesting. So this could be a little bit of a wild ride this week, Leo, when it comes to love, because if you're resonating with the message today, here's what's going on. Somebody crossed the line, they messed up, they're trying to be better. They're trying to recognize why they messed up, how they messed up, maybe taking steps so that they don't do that again, maybe coming towards you and apologizing and trying to make things better. But then there's also this energy of them being afraid to reach out. So it's like they want to become better. They want to tell you that they've been working on themselves. They probably want to apologize. But then there's also a little bit of that hesitancy where it's like, I'm kind of afraid of how Leo is going to respond, right? So I think your person is feeling a little bit nervous this week because it's like, they want to move forward with you. They are working on themselves. And I think they want to tell you about that, Leo. But I also think that there's a level of uncertainty, obviously, because they've crossed the line. And as much as they're working on themselves and trying to become a better person, I do think that they're not sure how you're going to respond. So this could be a week where maybe the two of you are trying to figure out, like, how might you move forward in this dynamic? And you personally might have to figure out, like, you know, am I okay with what they've been doing to fix the issue? Am I okay with what they've done to try to fix things and resolve it? Am I not okay with it? Do I need more from them? Do I need to see something different? These are all things that I could see potentially coming up this week. So here's what we're gonna do for the rest of the reading. We're gonna look more at this person, Leo, and we're gonna look more at you. So we're gonna look at their overall energy, what they could be feeling, what they could be doing, just to kind of give a bit of insight in terms of where they're coming from. We'll look at the same thing for you, and then we will look at the potential outcome. So let's just kind of see where it takes us. Okay, so tell me about this person who Leo is involved with this week. 7 of Wands. All right. This is a very interesting energy. It tends to be an energy of somebody who has their guard up. Now, I'm going to tell you what's coming to mind. For some of you, Leo, I gotta say, I think that part of the issue is that your person can be stubborn and defensive. Okay, so maybe when they cross the line, when they mess up, the first thing that they do is they get really defensive. They shut down, they put walls up, they stop communicating. Those are not things that help a relationship. Those are things that make it more challenging to fix the issues. So I definitely get the sense here that your person's like first impression when they messed up here was to just kind of like shut down, shut you out, maybe get defensive, maybe be a little bit stubborn and not really do things to fix the issue. This could be what they're working on. Like, I could definitely see that, Leo, and let me know, because I feel like your person might be saying this to you and being like, I realize now that whenever we have conflict, I get really like defensive right away. And I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to become better so that I do not shut down and become super defensive whenever there's an issue. So it's like they could be working to bring those walls down, because that could be part of the problem when you guys have challenges, right? Tell me more. The Chariot. Okay. I mean, the Chariot is a card of willpower and determination. It does often show up when there have been challenges within a connection, but it also is that sense of like wanting to charge forward, wanting to put in the effort, and wanting to fix things. So like I said, there is a vibe for your person this week of them wanting to be better for you so that the two of you can find a productive way to move forward. Tell me more about their energy this week, please, the Knight of Cups, okay? So we've got water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I do think they could also be coming towards you with some sort of romantic gesture. I think that they're going to be reaching out to you in some sort of way that expresses their feelings for you, because this is connected to the water sign, which is connected to emotion. And it's a romantic energy. So it's like maybe they bring you flowers, right, as a first step to try to open up the door to communication. Because it does look like they're a bit scared to reach out because they don't know how you're going to respond. I think they do want to talk to you, but they're like a little bit hesitant. They might open that door this week by first reaching out with some sort of like romantic gesture, which is a peace offering. So once they come forward with that romantic gesture, then I think they're hoping that that will turn into a deeper conversation between the two of you. So let's see what they could be feeling. Okay. I mean, that's kind of insane, you guys. First card coming out for your person's feelings is the Two of Cups, which is the soulmate card. Okay. How are they feeling? They feel like you are their soulmate. They feel like you are their person. So I think it's pretty clear that your person's going to be trying to do everything that they can to try to fix things, because this is a very special and important connection to them, right? This is not just, you know, a fling or a casual type of situation. They obviously have very big feelings for you, Leo, with that Two of Cups. Tell me more about what they're feeling. Holy smokes, look at that. The Empress. This is a very loving, nurturing, abundant energy. This is someone who wants to love you, to nurture the connection. The Empress is pregnant too. So for those of you who want kids, and I always say not everybody does, but if you do want kids, it's like this person wants kids with you. The Empress is a really good indicator of that. So it tells me that they're thinking long-term. They're thinking about the future and where things could go between the two of you. Tell me more about what they could be feeling. The Tower, yeah. But guess what? You know what they're feeling, Leo? That they've caused a massive tower moment in your relationship, right? The Tower is a huge shakeup. It's a feeling that everything is coming crumbling down. It always sounds dramatic when I talk about this card, but the reality is it is kind of a dramatic energy, right? And so emotionally, I think that there is a lot going on for your person this week, because they realize that they have essentially like shaken the foundation of your relationship. And I think they're honestly just hoping that there can be a repair and that you guys can fix things, but they know they messed up and they're definitely feeling nervous about it this week. Let me tell you that, Leo. So let's see what actions they could be taking. That's really good. Okay. Queen of Swords, air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This is very positive to me, Leo. Queen of Swords, don't worry about the gender. It's the energy. This is a mature person who is taking action, because remember, this is the first card showing up in your person's actions. They are taking action to communicate. They are taking action to reach out and have a conversation this week. Even though they're a little bit scared to reach out, I don't think they're going to let that hold them back. They're going to push through those fears and they're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to go towards Leo anyway. I'm going to open up the conversation and hopefully Leo is going to be open to hearing what I have to say. Tell me more about what actions they could be taking. The Seven of Cups. I also think they're clearing up any confusion. So if there's anything right now where you're feeling like, I don't really know what happened. I don't know why that happened. I don't know why they reacted that way. I think they're coming in to explain, right? Because the Seven of Cups can be an energy of like an illusion. And I've said to you sometimes, Leo, in certain tarot decks, like the Rider-Waite tarot deck, for example, the Seven of Cups within that deck has a cloud pictured in the imagery. And the reason for that is that it represents essentially that things are cloudy. You can't see the full picture. So to me, this is actually positive, because what you might say is that your relationship is in a bit of a confusing, cloudy state right now, but I think your person is coming in to try to clear the air and bring clarity to the situation, essentially, right? Tell me more about what actions they could be taking. Five of Pentacles. Okay. Here's the thing, you guys. They are very, very, very lonely without you. This is the interesting thing, is that sometimes when we're with somebody, they mess up. And then it hits them really hard because then they start to realize like, oh shit, it really sucks not having Leo in my life. I feel completely alone and this is awful and I don't want to be alone and I don't want to be without Leo. And so I think that they're taking steps to come towards you and fix things this week because honestly, with that Five of Pentacles, it's like they're feeling this whole emotional void and this disconnect within your relationship and they hate it. They don't want to be in that place. They just want to be back with you where everything is good and happy. So that's what I see for your person. So let's look at you. Tell me about Leo's energy this week. 10 of Wands. Okay, this makes sense. 10 of Wands, feeling emotionally burdened, feeling like there's emotional baggage within the connection between you and your person this week. Probably feeling like there's a lot weighing on your mind about this situation and it's probably stressing you out. Tell me more about Leo's energy this week. The Hermit, yeah. I think that you've definitely created some space here. You may have even said to this person, give me a few days at least. I gotta, take some time for myself and think about how I feel and what I want. This to me is you potentially going into that hermit mode because if you're dealing with a situation where you're stressed out and weighed down because your person crossed the line and now you're feeling uncertain about the future of your relationship, it's like the hermit is you feeling like you need to go inward so that you can get clear about what you want as the next step. Tell me more. The Fool. Oh, interesting. Okay. So the Fool is about a fresh start and a brand new beginning. So you definitely are open to a new beginning. I always say to you though, it's like the new beginning can be with them, but it could also be you deciding that you don't want to be with them anymore and you want to find somebody else. So I almost feel like the Fool is saying to you, what do you really want, Leo? What does your new beginning in love look like to you? Do you feel like you want to give this person a second chance to make things right? Or do you feel you want to move on to somebody else? These are things that you might be considering this week. So what could Leo be feeling? The Hanged Man, yeah, stuck. The relationship is paused right now, right? The Hanged Man is not going anywhere. They're just staying still, right? So at this moment in time, I definitely see that the connection between you and your person is paused. It's on hold, essentially. Now, the Hanged Man can also be an energy of starting to see things from a different perspective, looking at a situation from different angles. So I do think there could be a lot of that going on for you this week, Leo, where you're looking at this from different perspectives. Now, we already saw that your person could be coming towards you and initiating some sort of conversation. If that's the case, Leo, it might be giving you a lot to think about, right? So the Hanged Man could be your person comes and talks to you, and then you're trying to like take that information and figure out, what do I do with this information? How do I feel? What do I want? Tell me what else Leo could be feeling, please. The 10 of Cups, okay. Yeah, I mean, 10 of Cups is the happily ever after card. So this tells me that you definitely at one point saw the potential of happily ever after with this person. I think this week you're trying to figure out, can we get back to that? And do I still see that within this connection? Tell me more, please. Ace of Cups, interesting. I mean, we're definitely getting energy for you, Leo, to suggest that you're open to a fresh start and a new beginning. I think at this point, you're looking at the situation with you and your person and you're like, I don't want to be stuck anymore. We need to find some sort of resolution. And like I said, I think the resolution is either going to be you give them a chance or you don't. But I feel that this week is going to give you that clarity, Leo. Like if you're watching this video and you're like, yeah, I've kind of been in this back and forth energy figuring out what I want to do. I get the sense that something will happen this week that will give you more clarity about how you want to move forward. Like I said, whether that's giving them a chance or deciding that it's over for you and you want to pursue someone else, right? Could go either way. So let's see what actions you could be taking. The Moon, okay? That's an interesting one. So the Moon represents hidden fears, anxieties, insecurities, things that are not out in the open. So it also feels that there's something going on with your person where you definitely feel that you do not have the full picture, okay? And I don't want to say that they're outright maliciously lying to you or that they maliciously lied about something that happened already, but there is a sense where it's almost like you have felt in the dark about what's been going on with your person's behavior. And that makes sense if we go back to the first card that I pulled for your person, which is the Seven of Wands, because I'm like, maybe they shut down and become defensive. So like you're not able to talk to them about the issues and then you don't know what's going on. And I think that's a big concern for you, Leo. And I think for you to even consider moving forward with this person, you're going to have to feel like things have really come out in the open. Like, you're going to have to feel a sense of comfort that the two of you have talked through all the issues, that they've been honest, that they've been open. And then I could see you being open to working on things. But if at any point you feel like they're still, holding back or not being completely open, I think that's going to be a problem for you. Let's see what other actions Leo could be taking. The High Priestess. Okay, I actually love that a lot, you guys. The High Priestess is basically our intuition. So here's my advice for you. What is your intuition telling you? Because our intuition is usually a pretty good gauge of a situation. So when you think about what has happened between you and your person, what is your intuition truly telling you? Because I feel like your intuition could either be like, yeah, I do think they're sorry, and I do think they're going to work on things, and I do think that there is still enough love here that I want to work on it, right? Or is your gut telling you like there just isn't something that's right? There just isn't something that feels good, right? So what does your intuition tell you? Right? It'll be different for each of you, but I think that could probably help you get your head straight about what you want to do here. Tell me more, please, about what actions you could be taking. King of Cups, yeah. Your energy is very mature. I think that you're really emotionally stable, emotionally mature, emotionally grounded. There's obviously a lot of feelings coming up in this situation. I think you love this person. You have strong feelings. It doesn't change the fact that they hurt you. But I think that you're really tapping into your intuition and your feelings here to figure out, like, what do I want to do? Because this could be a situation where it sucks that your person crossed the line, but if they come towards you and they're like taking steps to fix it, they're working to become a better person, and they're showing up for you, like, that could be a really good thing, because relationships have challenges. No one's perfect. We're going to mess up. Our partners are going to mess up, but it's like, how do you repair it? So I think what I'm seeing here is that your person is really trying to repair things. And if that feels good for you, then I think there's a way forward. But I don't know, there's just something about that moon where I'm like, if at any point you still feel like they're holding back, that's where I think you're going to run into problems potentially. Okay. So moment of truth here. Let's see what the potential outcome is within this situation, Leo. 6 of Cups. Okay. I kind of feel like there's two messages coming to mind. The first one is that the 6 of Cups can indicate like the history that we've built with somebody. So I do feel like the two of you probably have a bunch of history, and it's like, we don't want to just walk away from that, right? The other thing too is that the 6 of Cups connects to the past. So this could indicate that your person needs to take accountability for something that happened in the past in order for you guys to move forward. Tell me more. Queen of Cups. That's a really nice card to get in the outcome. It's love, emotional intimacy, a really strong emotional bond between two people. And then the 10 of Swords. Okay. So 10 of Swords indicates that you've been hurt by this person's behavior. But as I always say to you, Leo, the 10 of Swords to me does not indicate that the issue is happening right now. Usually when the 10 of Swords shows up, it's already happened. And we know that because we know that they crossed the line. So whatever they did, again, it's a general reading, take it if and how it connects. Whatever they did to cross the line, it definitely hurt you, okay? And it may have even felt like a betrayal. But the 10 of Swords usually indicates wrapping up that tough cycle and moving forward. So I've got to say, like, the outcome here is saying, yeah, there's some emotional heaviness that's definitely weighing on the connection between the two of you right now. But I do think that there is a way for you guys to move forward, because with that Queen of Cups, it feels like, this is Frankie. Hello, my love. Frankie just wanted to come and say hello, Leo. With the Queen of Cups here, I feel like this is saying there is still a lot of love between the two of you. There is a lot of history with that 6 of Cups as well. So if the two of you are able to find a way to get closure with that 10 of Swords energy, I do think that there's a way forward. And that's what I always say with my readings. You know, at the end of the day, both of you have free will, right? You can choose to work on this, you cannot, right? It's up to you guys to figure out what you want to do. But I do think that there is a way forward if you want to work on it. It obviously looks like there's a lot of love. And I feel like if you've been feeling stuck, this week could be bringing some clarity to the situation. And I do think that your person is trying to make amends and trying to fix things. So if they're doing that and it feels good and you still love them and you want to work on things, then I do think that there is a pathway forward here. Frankie kind of feels like there's a pathway forward here as well. So I'm going to leave it there for you, Leo. If you enjoyed this reading and if you enjoyed seeing Frankie, give us a thumbs up, give us a paws up. What was I going to say? Yeah, subscribe if you'd like. And Frankie's throwing me off now. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, you guys. Have an awesome week. Wishing you so much love and happiness. And we'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye, Leo.